Ladies and gentlemen, is Honorable Fred Okengo Matiang'i the real deal breaker who will actually go head on with President William Samoei Arap Ruto and actually unseat him from power or make him to be a one-term president let come 2027? Because we have a big group which is called Wamunyoro Group. And when I'm saying Wamunyoro Group, we have Fred Okengo Matiang'i, we have Rigathi Gachagua, we have Eugene Wamalwa, we have Martha Wangare Martha Karua, and also we have Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. So that group of 5 big principles, can Fred Okengo Matiang'i be the one who is going to be their torch bearer and who is going to be capable of unseating President William Samoei Ruto? Because many political analysts have tried to look at that group and they have tried to analyze each individual in that group. But many political analysts, they end up saying that Honorable Fred Okengo Matiang'i is the real deal breaker who is going to make President William Samoei Arap Ruto to be a one-term president. And they say that Fred Okengo Matiang'i has come from nowhere, but it looks like many people in this republic actually identify themselves with Fred Okengo Matiang'i. And Fred Okengo Matiang'i has actually come out and he has told the nation that he is ready to take on President William Samoei Ruto. And he is actually ready to transform this nation for better. And he has given hope to the Kenyans. And he has told the Kenyans that it is not wise to lose hope. This is a nation which is built on resilience. And that means this nation will automatically bounce back to its glory moment once the Kenyans will elect a suitable president, let come 2027. And he has identified himself that he is ready to do that. Probably, so long as the people of this nation will go and vote him in so that he can replace President William Samoei Arap Ruto, who they feel that he is the architecture of the mess we are in, which is political mess and economical mess we are in currently. And they are actually accusing the president of saying pesa mufukoni. But do people have enough money in their pockets so that they can be capable to carry out their daily activities? So because of that kind of a scenario, that is why many people are saying that the deal breaker is actually Fred Okengo Matiang'i. And that is why, that is actually what we are going to dissect into greater depth. and see whether Fred Okengo Matiang'i can have that capability to unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto, and also see what should be done so that this reality of Fred Okengo Matiang'i unseating President William Samoei Arap Ruto become into being. Because as you know, President William Samoei Arap Ruto is a very shrewd politician. He is a person who we can call a professor in politics. So if you are interested in that topic, please sit, relax, so that you can watch as we analyze what needs to be done and why people believe that Fred is the really deal breaker. But before we dive in and try to dissect all that, I could request you kindly to take a minute or two and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video a like, share the video to your friends, and also whenever you subscribe to this YouTube channel, always remember to smash the bell button. And for those ones who have actually subscribed, we say thank you, because you are behind our inspiration to continue coming up with this kind of political analysis. Now, let us dive in to see the strength of Fred Okengo Matiang'i, which actually makes us to think that he will probably unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto if he will be given that chance. One of the strengths of Fred Okengo Matiang'i is that he is likable by many Kenyans. There is a kind of magic which make Fred Okengo Matiang'i to be very liked by the Kenyans, because Fred Okengo Matiang'i came from nowhere, but he is hitting the headlines of this nation. Many people are identifying themselves with Fred Okengo Matiang'i. So Fred Okengo Matiang'i has that likable magic, and that is why he is a person many people feel that he can go head on with William Samoei Ruto. The second thing which makes people feel that Fred Okengo Matiang'i is the real deal breaker is because he is a transformative person. Because most of the ministries which Fred Okengo Matiang'i has actually headed, he has transformed them. When he was in the information ministry and broadcasting, he was able to transform that ministry from the analog era to the digital era, even if many people used to oppose that kind of a move. And also, when Fred Okengo Matiang'i was in education sector, he was able to transform the education sector, and he was able to stop rampant cheating of exams and selling of exam papers. He was able to stop that completely. He was also able to change the way the exams were being marked and released. And now it was automatic that 1 month was actually enough for the exam to be marked and to be released. And during his time of tenure, student could do a paper, and that paper will be taken and marking could start immediately. And by the time the exam could end, you could find that Fred Okengo Matiang'i and those who those who were actually marking the exams were near to the end. So Fred Okengo Matiang'i transformed the education sector, and he was the person who said that 844 should be reviewed to the system we have currently, CPC. So Fred Okengo Matiang'i has been such a transformative person. And also, when he was in the Ministry of Interior as a cabinet secretary, he was also able to transform that ministry. Security became stable in this nation, such that the Al-Qaedas were not able to hit this nation at all. So that transformative kind of leadership actually has attracted the Kenyans, and the Kenyans feel that the mess that William Samoei Ruto has done, the only person within the Wamunyoro group is Fred Okengo Matiang'i, and he has the capability to transform the mess that William Samoei Ruto has created. And that is why many people from very many tribes, actually for Fred, every tribe admire Fred Okengo Matiang'i, even that the tribe where the president comes from. They feel that this man is quite transformative. And that's why many people say that Fred Okengo Matiang'i is quite fit to unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto. And also another thing which actually attracts Kenyans to Fred Okengo Matiang'i is because he is a no-nonsense person. A person who says something and is able to deliver. A person who says this is the route and is able to read towards that route. So that character trait of being no-nonsense man actually attracts the people of this nation. So what other things should be done so that Fred Okengo Matiang'i should actually unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto? One, Fred Okengo Matiang'i must be given enough financial stamina, because as you know, William Samoei Ruto has that stamina of campaigning. He has enough finances to campaign. And Fred should also be given enough finances so that he can go head on with William Samoei Arap Ruto. Another thing which should be done is that the group of Wamunyolo should never disintegrate. Those political leaders who are within the Wamunyolo group, they should never disintegrate, but they should back up Fred Okengo Matiang'i, because if they disintegrate, then it might not be easy for Fred Okengo Matiang'i to unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto. So Rigiji must be ready to support Fred Okengo Matiang'i. Martha Karua should be ready to support Fred Okengo Matiang'i. Also, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka should be told that we know this should be your time, but it is not yet. And he must be requested that please support Fred Okengo Matiang'i. So if the Wamunyoro group comes together and goes behind Fred Okengo Matiang'i and give him the support he needs, then the game is over. And then for sure, Fred Okengo Matiang'i will actually make William Samoei Arap Ruto to be a one-term president. But if the Wamunyoro group makes a mistake of disintegrating, then Fred Okengo Matiang'i may not be able to unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto, because William Samoei Ruto is a very shrewd politician. He's a genius politician. If he gets any chance, he will use that chance maximally, and he will actually secure his second term. And as I have said, finances for campaigning is very essential. And lastly, there's one thing I never talked, which needs to be done. If also the former president, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, could pack up Fred Okengo Matiang'i silently behind the scene, so that Fred cannot be said to be the project of the former president. He packs Fred Okengo Matiang'i by actually providing even the finances. Then for sure, Kenyans will go and vote in Fred Okengo Matiang'i, and that will be the end of William Samoei Ruto, and he will make an history in the Republic of Kenya to have ruled for just one term. I really don't know what you have to say about all this. Do you feel with all what I have actually said, if provided to Fred Okengo Matiang'i, he will be able to unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto? Please, I would like you to drop your comment in the comment section below. And if this is your first time to palm into this YouTube channel, I request you kindly to take a minute or two and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video a like, share the video to your friends. And if your friends are lovers of politics, it's good to request them for us to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And for those ones who have subscribed, I say thank you so much, because you always encourage us to continue coming up with this kind of analysis. And with that, I say thank you until we meet in our next political discussion. Goodbye.